Alright guys, what's up? Quadron here. Super excited because this morning I woke up and there was a new patch. And guess what I found? Game Update 7 finally was released. So I am super stoked and there was tons of changes and I'm really liking them so far. And but because there's like probably over 100 changes, I thought it would be useful if I made a video breaking down the most important changes and especially the ones that are really going to make a difference in how we play the game. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into some of the changes right first. They added two new weapons, the NS-357 Underboss, which I am using right now to blast some faces off. And they also added the NS-44 Commissioner. Both these come equipped with a laser sight, or the ability to enable a laser sight, which increases hipfire accuracy, as you can see. The Underboss is a little quicker firing. The Commissioner shoots slower, but has more damage and less damage fall off over distance. So very cool. And if you shoot less than 3 shots, it only reloads to the left side, which is also very neat. In my testing, I went ahead and went on the test server, and the most useful feature I felt for these is the fact that you can body shot someone and then knife kill them with just one shot to the chest and then a knife kill. So very cool. I think I am going to be using these a lot. I might even go for the Raxium on them, just to get a really good feel on the weapons. But yeah, very neat weapons. I'm looking forward to that. And keep in mind, they added 3 different variants of each. You got the white ones, which can be unlocked with certs. Those are the ones that I went ahead and unlocked just using certs because I had been saving up like 3,000 certs for when they got released. And you can also unlock a black edition, which costs 1,400 SC, and a gold edition, which costs 2,000 SC. Now these are going to cost a lot of money. That's 20 bucks unless you got double SC. So those are pretty expensive, but they're also very cool. Now keep in mind, you can actually add camo to these. So the white one you can add camo to. I'm not sure if you can add camo to the other ones. Probably can as well. So here's some Amerish Leaf camo on the NS-44 Commissioner. That's kind of the new weapons that they added, but now let's go ahead and take a look at the new features in the menu system. Now these are pretty huge. I really like some of the changes. So first of all, let's go ahead and compare the Underboss and the Commissioner. And to do that, you can all you can do is hit compare stats and then mouse hover, just like before. But this time, you can see so much more for stats. You can see their rounds per minute. You can see the damage at 8 meters, which is the maximum damage the gun can do. You can see that the Underboss does 375 damage per bullet, while the Commissioner does 450 damage per bullet. You can compare that with the Meg Shot, which only does 200 damage per bullet, or the Rebel, which does 250 damage per bullet. So the Commissioner does more than double the amount of damage as the normal pistol, which is very cool. And you can see the Underboss does 75 damage less, which is almost as much, which is still really cool. It's still much more than the Make Shot or the Rebel, and it still allows you to one-shot bullet and plus knife somebody unless they have Nano Weave on. So very cool. Looking forward to using these guns a lot. Probably the biggest improvement is the camos and how you manage them. So let's say I wanted to go with Urban Forest for both my weapon and infantry camo. There you go. You can set that, and it's going to stay Urban Forest across all of your classes. So you can change it to Amerish Leaf, and bam, it'll stay that way across all of your classes. And it changes everything for all your classes and all your loadouts. So this means that before this update, the way I was handling my classes was I would have desert camo, green camo, and snow camo. And now I don't have to set them up that way. I can set them up as weapon loadouts. So instead I've got LA-80, long shot, SASR, and now I can just manage my camo from here rather than managing my camo from here, which allows me much more versatility in terms of how I manage my loadouts. I really like that. Another thing that they have added is you can see the medals, what status you are on the LA-80. I've got the Raxium medal on the LA-80, got the Raxium medal on the long shot, but the AF Cyclone, I've only got the silver medal. NC Bolt Driver, only got the silver medal. It also shows you your medal, your ribbon count, and how many kills you have until you get to the next medal, which is very cool. You can see the SASR. I've got only 6 ribbons and only a silver medal. I'm working on the SASR right now, actually. Other thing you can do is you can change your weapon attachments right from the little icon. Whenever you're actually looking here, you can click weapon, change weapon attachments. You can also see which weapons you haven't unlocked yet in the weapon loadout selection, where you can click on, click right here. You can preview the weapon, what it looks like up close. You can click unlock now, and very cool. I like that. So on top of all these changes, you can also refuel on your utility items, like your bouncing betties, etc. Whatever's currently active for your grenade and utility slot. So all you have to do is press this little plus button, and it buys one of them, which makes it tremendously easier to buying all the items that you buy all the time. So very, very cool. Liking those changes a lot. So that concludes the infantry changes. Or the infantry loadout changes. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map changes. Okay, so the first thing that you will notice is that there is a new legend option. So you can see exactly what each thing means. Another thing that you'll notice right away is that now there are bar timers for based on how long it's going to take to actually capture a place. And holy crap, it can take a really, really long time to capture some of these bases now, unless you've got 6 people on the point. So you'll notice that this has 38 minutes left to capture the Not Amp station. You'll also notice that it's flashing with the little electricity icon, which means the generator is offline. Now, if it was flashing with this icon as well, it would mean the SCU is offline, in addition to the generator. Let's see if we can find one with the SCU offline. Here's the Ymir Biolab. You can see that it's showing that the SCU is offline as well as the generator, which is super awesome. So that way you know, going into something, how much time is left. Oh, this is 26 minutes left on it. It's going to take forever for someone to cap it, because it's probably being solo capped by one person. Well, guess what? Solo capping's been nerfed really hardcore with this patch, which is really good. It basically means that it's going to take a whole squad to capture something very quickly now. You can bring this timer down to probably about 5 or 6 minutes if you had all 6 of 6 on the points, probably. And notice that this timer says 15 minutes 30 seconds. That's an estimation based on how long it's going to take based on how many people you currently have on the points. So if you increase the number of people on the points, that timer is going to go down accordingly with how long it takes to actually cap. So just keep in mind that those timers are subject to change based on how many people are capping the points, also how many points are actually capped for your side. For example, if you only have 2 out of the 3 points, then it's obviously going to go much slower than if you had all of the points captured. So, very, very cool. In addition to this, whenever they release the lattice system, it's going to really allow people to react whenever you've got an enemy force moving towards you. You can see how long it's left to cap. You can see, well, can we move to this base, or should we just skip that base and move straight to the next one? Another feature that they just added is the Ally Activity button. This allows you to see where your friendlies are located versus where your enemies are located. So you can see right here that there is a large Vanu force moving in from Dakara Amp and into our excavation, probably going to move down towards the VAR tech plant. You can see that we have almost no allies up there, so that means that if you were running a platoon, for example, it'd be a good idea to deploy up to Indar excavation site, and you're going to have a good fight. So this is going to really allow you to see, well, where can I go to get into an awesome battle, and bam, you already know almost instantly where your friendlies are versus where the enemies are now. So very, very cool. I'm liking that a whole lot. Now, some of the other major changes that they added to the game is that they're adjusting the VS and TR maxes to basically increase the damage, and then just kind of some balance changes. I feel like part of it is they're trying to balance out the damage potential that the NC maxes have with the TR and VS maxes. So I think that's a good place to start in terms of balancing the maxes out. So I'm going ahead and logging in as my VS character really quick. I'm level 33. Still working on this guy. But another big change that they made was the Meg Rider now can strafe much more quickly. Keep in mind that you can also change your camos for your vehicles with the same kind of toggle as you can with the infantry toggle. So your strafing speed has been increased from 15 kilometers per hour. So I'm just going to come to a stop. Now it can go up to 20 kilometers per hour sideways. And also it gets to that speed almost twice as quickly. So very, very cool. And so basically it's kind of a big buff to the Meg Rider. This will also help prevent it from getting stuck on hills. When you couldn't strafe, you're trying to strafe sideways, maybe up a hill, like a slight incline, and you weren't able to do so. So now it's going to be able to actually strafe up those hills. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's the last of the major changes that I thought was worth mentioning. And yeah, so what do you guys think of the changes? What do you think are the most important changes, the biggest buffs, the biggest changes? What's your favorite changes? What's your least favorite changes? Post your comments down below. I want to hear your thoughts and all that stuff. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe for more Planetside 2 content. I'll be posting more videos soon. And yeah, so guys, cheers! Quadron out.